Okay, maybe this is getting out of hand. Maybe not. I love journaling. So I realized I had to hold this with two hands just to make sure that I was not dropping this. So some things that are constantly on my mind are my family. Got to have our passports. Got to be ready for travel, and make sure that we're all ready to go and have fun or have in the cultural experiences. I also love to write, and I've come to find myself really, really enjoying my time writing. And I guess I'm taking my time with this video because if you are into journaling or into reflecting, especially if you are an aspiring diplomat, you will need to learn to write and you will learn to love to write. I've had a chance to meet some retired diplomats, retired ambassadors, U.S. ambassadors, and congressmen as well, and which is irrelevant. But depending on the role that you're in, you may need to learn to love to notate your day and actually say, you know, what happened today? What were some things that, you know, went well? Did I actually accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish? Did I say no enough times today? Did I prioritize what matters most? Did I eliminate the noise and the static? Did I increase the signal today, which is my focus and hyper focus? There's so many prompts that you can ask yourself just to make sure that you're actually being present and purposeful with your day. A buddy of mine that's in the Future Diplomat Society as well, he has a lot more journals than this. A person that I like to watch on or and learn from on YouTube, her name is Joe Franco. She loves talking about journaling, and I think that's kind of what inspired me because I've really been digging deep into this. I do journal for the FSOT and my experience taking the test and practicing and studying. I've recently started learning languages, so I am practicing and studying with that as well. I have a different journal just to actually keep up with what's happening and what's working with the Future Diplomat Society. So we are learning together. So I never want to waste anyone's time. So if there's like certain topics like job knowledge, logic and reasoning, or English expression, especially in job knowledge, because there's so much that is inside of job knowledge, I want to make sure that I'm actually paying attention to things because I'm no one's guru. I tell people that very quickly. I'm no one's guru. I'm studying with them, so I'm learning to be able to teach them. Again, just different journals, just different journals. This journal is actually for my daughter. So I've just been writing in here little things that I've learned. I'm learning to be a parent just as well as she's learning to be a person. So I want to always approach that with humility so she understands that daddy's not perfect, mom's not perfect. And if you happen to learn, you know, some things along the way, it is a natural thing to do so. And it's okay to keep learning. Never stop learning. But here's a prompt, and I'm going to slow down a bit because I don't want to, again, rush the video. Here's a prompt that I would like for you to consider. So just a few moments ago, I was speaking about increasing the signal and lowering the static or the noise. I've recently been really focused on, okay, how can I really improve my focus? There's a lot of distractions when it comes to, sorry, I'm not smoking. It's it's this, what do you call it? Diffuser type thing. But am I frozen? Okay. So it's more so I've been challenging myself to think how. So I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and let me know, you know, if it makes sense, and you can also put this maybe as a prompt in your journal. But I was learning how to speed read so I can double my reading, not necessarily in 24 hours, but just more so just learn to double my reading and my comprehension. And in doing that, there's, you know, you have your page, and inside, and this is, you know, I'm not going to show my notes, but inside the page you have a peripheral of, if you were to visualize a peripheral, it would be that amount. So you actually leave yourself this much surface. And what I've learned is to read in between the words to be able to Sorry about it. In order to double the words that I'm reading, and that, and more so just keeping my peripheral, or keeping my eyes from jumping around or just looking at every single thing, but more so just taking in more while limiting what doesn't matter. I start thinking about, well, what if I did that in real life? I mean, as far as in my normal day, um, I started thinking about, well, there's a lot of things on social media. There's a lot of things happening on the news, so media and social media. There's sometimes, and I don't keep friends who gossip, respectfully, but there's sometimes people who want to talk and may not be as conscious of my time as they are of theirs, which I'm learning. Although I love to socialize, I'm also learning, how can I say no more? And that's kind of where I am right now, is if I can improve my focus, what does that look like? What is the actual um tactical approach to improving my focus? And I thought about the same concept. Well, what if I was to improve the surface of what I'm actually paying attention to, and eliminate things that really don't matter, that don't add productivity or value to my day? If I start my day, more so my night, if I start my night, if I end my night with the top 3 or 4 things that I actually want to accomplish, if things come my way, or I go to certain things that really don't add to those things, then I may need to not prioritize those things. And that's something I've been working on, is because it's easy to say no to other people, but how do you say no to yourself when it's actually something that you actually want to do? And that's the discipline that it requires to improve. So the prompt is, how often are you allowing yourself to be present? And how many times have you said no to get to your ultimate yes? And ultimate can be short term, being those 3 things. But how many times have you done that? I would challenge you to write about that. Um, I'm going to start, hopefully, and this is just maybe a small series, Focus Fridays, which I'm just going to slow it down a bit, and more so just let it be about the moment, be about being present, and let's learn to reflect in our days, so that way we can actually see what happened yesterday. What did I accomplish last week? What really mattered from the event that I went to? Am I actually learning the language? Learning to ask yourself better questions in others. You'll find yourself finding a lot of value in that. Um, and if it helps, I'll start sharing some prompts and some questions to better, and some questions with those prompts to better help you get through those thoughts. My name is Travis Patterson, and I am an aspiring United States diplomat. And come with me on this journey. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you.